A striking aspect of our era is the swift acceptance of the reality presented through our senses. What we see, hear, touch, taste, and smell. We do so almost instinctively, overlooking the fact that every preceding age was mystified by the phenomena of existence. However, mystics, poets, philosophers, sages, and spiritual teachers throughout history unanimously proclaimed the existence of an invisible, concealed dimension that they deemed the true essence of reality. This hidden dimension was gradually overshadowed by the rise of science. In an era driven by scientific inquiry, reality became acknowledged only if it could be explained by particles of matter, governed by fundamental forces. Hence, the physical universe is essentially the perceptual universe. Its existence, to the extent that we can comprehend it, relies entirely on our own experiences and interpretations. Nothing out there possesses any property that we do not attribute to it. When we venture beyond the confines of the human-made universe, we encounter something beyond comprehension, a realm where consciousness exists without predefined states. It transcends form and dimension, present here and now in everyday life. There is no necessity for an external realm devoid of consciousness. Consciousness embraces time and the timeless, dimension and the dimensionless, here and there, then and now. As consciousness constitutes the true reality, everything else is merely a narrative, a practical tool for constructing history, psychology, the natural sciences, and more. Yet no matter how worried or encouraged our story may be, all narratives serve as models of reality, not reality itself. Reality defies modeling, as its fundamental elements lack qualities that can be tangibly experienced through our senses or thoughts. We live in a world where dimensions extend beyond what our senses perceive, as highlighted by Deepak Chopra. Even when you observe the world or hear its sounds, the entire experience unfolds within your internal realm. Have you ever encountered an experience that exists outside of your inner self? While you can physically touch people or objects and imagine tactile interactions with a tree, the understanding of its true essence remains confined to your internal perceptions. You may sense its texture, catch a whiff of its scent, yet your awareness is limited to your own sensations. Becoming a tree, feeling its branches or leaves, is beyond your direct experience. You only interpret the world based on your unique sensory input. Every aspect of your life, from joy to misery, from light to darkness, transpires exclusively within the confines of your internal world. The 3D represents the tangible physical realm that we all inhabit and is familiar to everyone. On the other hand, the 5D refers to the intangible, non-physical world, perceived by those who have awakened to see beyond it. Throughout this process of spiritual awakening, your senses undergo heightened sensitivity to adapt to new frequencies, and this transformation extends to the physical body as well. The process of fifth-dimensional creation is not about physically journeying to obtain something. Instead, it revolves around the fusion of a clear intention, coherent thoughts, and a synchronized brainwave pattern. This convergence activates the magnetic energy at the center, through which the intention is propelled. In the realm of fifth-dimensional creation, there is no need to venture outward to acquire what you desire. Rather, you initiate a collapse of space and time, becoming a vortex that effortlessly attracts experiences to you. In this state, a new job, a new house, or a new relationship doesn't require pursuit. They find you, drawn by the magnetic force of your focused intent. Earthly love, the force that sustains creation, naturally draws us to seek connection and belonging within the human experience. This profound and diverse form of love manifests in countless ways, reflecting the infinite variety of creation itself. Earthly love fueled Michelangelo's passion for sculpting, Beethoven's emotional expressiveness, and Tesla's inventive genius. At its essence, it is the very energy that animates life itself. Divine love transcends the boundaries of life and death, residing in the subtle realm beyond our tangible existence. It's the divine guidance, cultivating and refining the most subtle energies. Through diligent practice, we can develop the ability to access this realm, utilizing the inner infrastructure to perceive truths beyond the reach of physical senses and the ordinary mind. Interestingly, this love often begins with suffering. The earthly attachments once cherished can inflict such profound agony that their value is questioned, leaving one wondering if the experience was worthwhile at all. Alternatively, in a state devoid of attachments, the world loses its vibrancy. Existence feels like an alien anomaly, devoid of roots and nourishment. However, this suffering serves as a catalyst for transcending the limited self-perception. If you seek new experiences and growth, you must be willing to break free from the constraints of routine and the patterns of the past. By relinquishing this cumbersome perspective, one expands into the boundless expanse of infinity, existing as a benevolent presence detached from conventional reality. This state of grace enables one to bestow blessings upon the world and all those ensnared in its suffering. It serves as a poignant reminder of the constant companionship we have, always present, even in our solitude. We know that abundant assistance is available from those who have transitioned into this realm and eagerly await our liberation. When we open to the possibility of a deeper and higher dimension to this reality, we gradually dismantle the armor that confines life's conventional meaning. Letting go of trivial distractions becomes effortless. Solitude blossoms naturally, like a ripening fruit. We find nourishment in a new kind of love, surpassing the fleeting allure of temporary manifestations. Because divine love is the primal flame, an unquenchable knowingness that cannot be evaded, even amidst attempts to convince oneself of separateness and isolation. It's the all-pervading love and wisdom, beckoning us to embrace it, yet it patiently awaits our voluntary approach. In its liberation, it encompasses all but lacks only our participation. To attain it, take a simple initial step. Contemplate how to anchor yourself in a life connected to more than mere thoughts, emotions, words, and actions. What deeper layers could exist within your human experience? Once you discover the answer, treasure it. During your spiritual awakening, you may experience a phase marked by ascension symptoms, occasionally leading you to question your sanity. However, such feelings are normal and valid. A spiritual awakening often involves a feeling of insanity. Spiritual awakening can be both daunting and chaotic. It shakes the very foundations of your reality, leaving you unable to continue as you had before. Often you will discover that many aspects of your life no longer resonate with your newfound spiritual awareness, necessitating significant changes such as leaving your job or ending your relationships. Throughout this journey, you discover how to free your soul from the dominance of an ego-driven existence. This is often referred to as ego death, because you come to the realization that the persona you have been inhabiting isn't truly you. The narrative you have been living isn't aligned with your authentic path. You recognize that you are something far greater than the storyline and the character you have been portraying. There is a yearning to liberate yourself from the mindless role-playing and transcend the limitations of human existence. This process can be burdensome, as your life and the security of your family have been built upon choices rooted in superficial concerns. Realigning these fundamental aspects of yourself isn't a simple task. It can evoke feelings of loneliness and depression as you navigate the process of restructuring and realigning your life. You have been conditioned to believe that your identity is defined by your possessions, career, family roles, or social status. Until this point, these constructs have remained unquestioned. Now, you are confronted with the truth that your essence transcends these labels and roles. You are a soul with boundless potential. Every choice you have made holds profound significance in the universe. They brought you to where you are now. Now there exists a clear hierarchy. The lower self confined within the ego shell, prone to identification and entrapment. And then, there is the subtler, more dignified higher self, capable of connecting with all other higher selves that have existed, currently exist, or will ever come to be. Your ego serves as a bridge between the physical and spiritual realms, an essential instrument for your soul's experience in this world. However, the concept of ego death can be somewhat misleading. You can never completely eliminate your ego. Rather, you transcend its perspective. That's what happens during an ego death. You step out of the matrix. This process of stepping out of the matrix can momentarily plunge you into a state of perceived insanity. This occurs when encountering extra-dimensional or spiritual phenomena without adequate preparation. Your ego, limited to perceiving through your senses, struggles to comprehend experiences beyond its usual scope. As mentioned before, your reality is constructed by your senses in collaboration with your brain. Since spiritual experiences surpass ordinary perception, attempting to rationalize them proves futile. Consequently, during ego death, the truths you perceive may appear false to your ego-driven consciousness. The disparity between your previous reality and this newfound understanding remains irreconcilable to your ego, as it lies beyond the realm of its perception. It may also happen that others label you as crazy, and you might even entertain that notion based on their perspective. However, over time, you will begin to perceive them as the ones who are truly disconnected. Fear often stems from a lack of understanding. When others label you as crazy, it's typically because they fail to comprehend your fresh perspective. Finding yourself in this liminal space between worlds can be challenging. However, from this newfound perspective, you won't find yourself passing judgment on them. Instead, you will feel and express compassion towards them. You will realize that, like you once did, they confine themselves solely to the physical realm, lost in their meaningless mundane matters and oblivious to the deeper layers of existence. You will understand that their journey will unfold in its own time. Just as you cannot rush or compel someone into their spiritual awakening, everyone progresses at their own pace, guided by their unique moments of revelation. During your spiritual awakening, it's natural to feel as though you are losing your grip on reality. You are shedding the old mindset because it no longer serves you, making way for a new perspective to emerge. Your journey may seem chaotic, but it's a familiar path trodden by many before you. Embrace the uncertainty and continue to question both reality and your own perception of self. How can you prepare yourself for such an event? It's straightforward. Cultivate a belief in the existence of these spiritual experiences and trust in your higher power. Having faith in a higher power entails believing in something beyond the grasp of your ego, something that transcends its perception of reality. With this belief, your ego can gradually relinquish its attachment to the old reality and embrace a spiritual one as valid.